Farts. I put this on backwards. You guys, yesterday we officially got countertops installed and appliances installed. It was a crazy chaotic day. I barely got anything recorded because it happened so fast. And additionally, I know I mentioned this before, but I actually have to keep the appliances a kind of a secret. This sink has a motion wave sensor on it, so I'm hooking up the battery pack right now to the actual motion system. I'm really excited about this. It'll be nice whenever your hands are dirty and you need to turn the sink on. You just go like this. I just spent, I don't know, 45 minutes doing that. I put this on backwards. So this handle is supposed to be on this side because obviously you don't want to turn the handle away to turn it on. Oh. So I gotta undo it, flip it around. I have a few more things to do in the kitchen, a lot actually. But today I'm going to get this Bistro shelf unit installed simply because I'm too excited to wait any longer. I'll start next week on the tile because that's gonna be a little bit messy and we're already like halfway through the week. So let's get this done. I cannot wait. If you're wondering what the heck is a Bistro shelf, Cass, let me show you. Okay, I don't know if you'll be able to tell just by this example, but this is part of my Bistro shelf unit. These are very like French bistro. I've always wanted one of these in my kitchen along with Carrara marble. So I'm just like absolutely ecstatic that my dreams are coming true. Here's a picture for reference. This is what they look like. I'm installing this right here on this wall. It'll be our kind of like decorative dishes storage unit. I simply cannot wait. I love my job. And one of the coolest things about my job is when a brand goes, hey, we like you and we like what you're doing and we want to send you something. This was one of those situations. I reached out to this company called Iron Abode because I saw that they had these beautiful shelving units. This one is actually a new model and they sent it to me. Here it is. So let's install it. Oh, that's not any better. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this proper. I'm gonna get a drill bit. I never use drill bits. Farts. Always a dead battery. This unit came with a ton of these heavy duty drywall anchors and they're actually gold to the match. But fortunately, each one of my rails lines up so that at least one anchor on each piece of hardware is on a stud. So that's cool. I'm just putting the drywall anchors on the two holes that obviously are not on the stud and we're good. It has been another chaotic week of just trying to get stuff done in this kitchen. We are in the home stretch though, and I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you guys the kitchen now that I have the appliances covered up, because those have to be secret. Here we go. All appliances are officially installed. I started on the Bistro shelving unit today. I'm gonna finish that up. I'm waiting for the cabinet doors to arrive. All the countertops are in. They look so beautiful. And then I'll also need to install the tile. I'm gonna start on that next week. I have noticed too, this refrigerator is our old refrigerator. It's just sitting there temporarily. I went ahead and swapped out our chairs from the new ones I got, and then I kind of have a coffee bar setup going on over here. I do plan to build a like wood stained hutch that will sit on this. Additionally, I'll be building one right here too, and that will be an appliance garage. So the microwave will live in there, and then all of our other like toaster and all of those things. I'm not using magic. There are little sticky tape things that I get to put on the back of the bracket to hold it in place while I drill my pilot holes. So each one of these is held on to the bar, like the long bar, by these little screws. So I'm just going in and tightening them, and I'm taking these off and screwing them in directly to the hardware on the wall. And then, oh wait, no, I got that backwards. I'm undoing these and taking these out and then sliding this whole piece onto those once they're tightened into the hardware on the wall. Got it. What is happening? What? I don't get this. What is this stopping on? It's like something in here blocking this from going in. Okay, there we go. What is going on? Simply do not get this. There we go. There we go. Well, yeah, okay. Okay, yesterday I was working on this shelving unit and I went to go put the glass shelves on and they're slightly too big. So I've got new glass coming, so I'm circling back to this Bistro shelf unit that I'm still so excited. It looks so good, even just like that. But I'm circling back and I'm starting tile today. I'm gonna flip this around and show you what we're working with. I'm so excited for this tile. It's going to change the look of the kitchen so much. Okay, here we go. Again, I've got appliances covered because they are part of something that has to remain a secret for now. But you guys will see more about that in a couple weeks. The old tile is all removed. I have a clean slate. So I'm going with a very like textured look for this. Love stone in a kitchen, and I really wanted to find a way to incorporate that, but I wanted to keep it very subtle. The exterior of our home is brick. I coated all of the brick in a beautiful creamy white lime wash, and I love that, and I kind of want to repeat that notion here in the kitchen, so that's what I'm doing for the backsplash. We're using brick thin pavers, and then I'm gonna like over grout it a bit and lime wash over it, and it's gonna give me the exact look that I think I'm going for, and I'm very excited. So have the same sort of situation over here on our fireplace. This was like gray rock, and I actually love a natural stone, but it was very ugly, and the cracks in between all of the stone were like canyons. So I filled all of the cracks with mortar and kind of like sponged it out to smooth out the texture a bit. I've done this on a couple different fireplaces, and it really dramatically changed the look for good, in a good way. And yeah, I like that. This has kind of become a character of our house, is like this kind of like textural stone look. These are my brick pavers. I love the shape and the texture of these. I will be lime washing over them, grouting, over grouting once I get them on the wall, but they're so pretty even just like this. I'm just putting on my tile edging first. That worked out really nicely. One benefit to using tiles like this is you don't have to be super precise, and I love that. There's so much more room for error. If you're using this, you want it to look old. With older things, there's a lot more imperfections, and this is just so beautiful. Like, the imperfections of this make this beautiful. So a little bit of crookedness here and there, and like these little chips taken out of it, that to me, I love that. Maybe not crookedness like in the pattern, obviously, but like some shifting here and there. There's just room for error. But like the imperfect edges, the crookedness of the tiles themselves is what I mean by that. It's just, it is so beautiful. Okay. With the way my look's been going lately, I thought for sure that I was gonna end up having to cut like a sliver off of all these pieces up here. But we made it just perfectly. Almost looks like I planned it that way. I did not. One thing that I love about a tile saw is the blade is actually very dull. Like if you were to touch your finger to it, you wouldn't get cut like a normal blade. And it makes me feel very confident using it because I know I'm not gonna get my fingers chopped off like a table saw or a miter saw. Getting ready to start grouting. This is gonna be a very like subtle texture, creamy white color when it's done. I am just using a pre-mixed grout here, and a piping bag. I stuck it in a bucket. I'm gonna fill up the piping bag and pipe the grout in between these cracks, and then I'll kind of like smudge it down with a wet sponge. I've done this technique before a couple of times and it works really well for giving me that like subtle textural look that I really want. Me 10 minutes and my forearms are shot. I'm struggling a little bit because I think I'm like developing arthritis or something in my thumb, and it's just been causing me pain for a few months now, and this is not helping that. Give this just a little more time to harden up a little bit. I don't want it to be, it's very squishy, so I want it to be a little more firm when I go and press the sponge in. So yeah, just a little more time. That this technique is pretty similar, if not actually is, like a German schmear technique. I like this because if you're doing a traditional type of brick mortaring where you have that little tool and you like create this little channel, it just looks like a more modern brick. And this to me looks very European and old, and that's what I love. I love old architectural details. So this looks more like brick that's been here for 100 years that we left on the wall and decided to not tear out type of thing. And that's what I want. Basically just like wiping most of the excess with a wet sponge. I've got warm water on here, and then I rinse the sponge again and I go back behind and kind of smooth it out. I am making sure wherever the grout is thick to go behind and kind of loosen, like wear it down, because I do want to see the brick definition. I don't want there to be too much mortar so that it kind of like drowns out the brick edges. We want to see the pretty texture. David has me with the piping and I've been going behind with the sponge, and it's looking so good over here. We are out of grout. We got to get more and finish up that last little section. Looking so good. You know what? This method works just fine too. Yeah. It's actually way more pleasant. It's not as efficient though. I like this one. Grout is dry. We're doing our lime wash today. This is the product I'm using. I've used this before on our fireplace, and it's so great for like a very old world aged antique stone look. It's like a concentrated formula. You just dilute it and you brush it right on to stone. It's so beautiful. I've got a bucket for mixing and diluting. I'm gonna brush it on, and apparently it's best if you dampen the surface first. So I've got a spray bottle of water too. This is what it looks like on our fireplace. This was like 5 years ago or so. It's so pretty. I will be putting a sealer on the backsplash in the kitchen though, just to protect against stains from cooking and stuff. It looks so good. I'm gonna do a second coat. I'm just getting to this point where I'm like so giddy because every step now I'm so like close to being done, and I'm actually seeing my visions coming to life, and it's just like